Let me tell you, there was no single governor with me in the last election. In fact, let me even tell you, I'm even exaggerating. There was no councillor. I did not have one elected councillor with me in the last election.
Hello, welcome to Insecurity. Have you ever wondered what the president of a nation should be doing when the nation is under the pressure of insecurity? Imagine being a businessman who is worried about traveling between cities just to do business. Or imagine being a parent who is wondering if your children are safe after they've left for school. Or imagine waking up in the morning just to hear stories of kidnap, banditry, killings around your community. For millions of Nigerians, insecurity is no longer an imagination. It is our current reality. On the dark hours of Friday, 15th of May 2026, over 39 pupils and 7 teachers were abducted. These pupils and teachers were eventually bid farewell to their loved ones, but never knew they were not coming back that day to meet them again. Remember our principal, Michael Onyedokun, who bid farewell to his wife and children, but never knew that that would be the last farewell. Remember our general, Abdusalami Abubakar, who lost his life on the cold palms of these bloody kidnappers. Insecurity is no longer a child's play. And this is why anytime any political leader speaks about insecurity, Nigerians listen. This is because insecurity has gone beyond what we thought. It is now personal. Insecurity affects businesses. Insecurity affects education. Insecurity affects investment. And most especially, insecurity affects lives.
Only to see guns and gunshots.
Over the years, Nigerians have had many politicians, many political leaders promising a safer community, safer society. But yet, unfortunately, we are still here. Nigerians, we are asking the question, why does insecurity continue to dominate our national conversations? Why does it feel like we've still not gotten our hand around it? Or perhaps a better question to ask is, what type of leadership is needed? Do you think a leader should focus on dialogue or focus on military operations? These are difficult questions, of course, and there are no easy answers. In a recent interview, Peter Obi was asked what he would do to tackle the security challenges of the country. His response was direct, his response was straight, and his response was strong. Now, regardless of your political stand, his response has generated a lot of reactions from Nigeria. While some people think there is confidence in his voice, a lot of people argue that strong words alone cannot tackle insecurity. Before I play the clip for you, I want you to ask yourself this question. If you were the president of this nation and faced by insecurity, what would you do? Would you increase military operations? Would you invest more in intelligence? Or do you think bringing people out of poverty is the best strategy towards handling insecurity? No matter how simple the question seems, the answer might not be as simple as it looks. Now, this is what Peter Obi answered.
Among those who are in ballot, I'm most qualified. Because, yes, you might be a professor, anybody, anything, but among those who are in the ballot is the people that are going to be elected.
I want to quickly ask you this. Security. You cannot do all of this you're saying without security. Our kids are in the bush. If you were commander-in-chief, what will you do with our kids being in the bush and our teachers beheaded? General Rabi, in fact, about 3-4 generals were killed. If you were commander-in-chief, what will you do?
Commitment. I fought criminality in Anambra State. Go and ask people, head on. you must show commitment.
Is it commitment that solves problem of criminality?
Commitment solves the problem of everything.
Okay, you think President Tinubu is not committed to solving the problem?
Well, I don't say there's a complicity somewhere.
But this talk about, I'm happy you talked about complicity.
Yeah.
This talk about complicity, even Goodluck Jonathan said the same many years ago, that there's a complicity somewhere.
So when you come in, you deal with it.
How will you deal with it?
I said I've done it in the past. Just go and ask people. When I came into Anambra, even the famous kidnapper Evans said I sent them out of Anambra State. He said in his own interview, go and check his interview. He said Peter Obi sent us out of Anambra State. Everybody left. It's one government. It's either I'm in charge or they're in charge. One person must be in charge.
One person must be in charge.
That's what I told him in Anambra.
Are you saying that the current government is not in charge?
I said one person must be in charge. We declare war. If you're ready to lead, you must be ready to die. You're not ready to die, go home.
Are you ready to die for Nigeria?
Yes. Tomorrow, if I'm outside this country and there's war, I'll come back. I'm a Nigerian. I've never had any reason to have any country's passport. I lived abroad for years. People collected different passports. I've never taken it. God created me a Nigerian, and I'm ready to die here. It's one country. We cannot have a non-state actors take over the state. It's not possible. We used to have military that kept peace all over the world. Our military were able to help to keep peace from Europe to Sudan to Liberia to Kuwait to everything. What will change? What changed, Rufai?
A lot changed.
Nothing changed. It is you must show commitment. We need to elect people who have the capacity, who have the competence, the compassion and commitment to deal with these issues. I cannot be able to talk about the new elections when our kids are in the bush. We will all go there and die with them. Will you have your children there and you'll be sleeping? It is not possible. Look at what has happened to our general. And people are keeping quiet. How? We have a country. And I can be killed tomorrow. If I die today, I didn't die a young man. I'm 64. So why are you afraid? We deal with it. We're supposed to be in one room now where 24 hours, all the service chiefs, everybody with the president is locked up in one room saying where are we going to blow down again for the things to work.
All right, you have it. Commitment. As a leader, you must show commitment. Strategy in the absence of commitment amounts to nothing. If you are called the commander-in-chief of all armed forces, like he said, it's either you are in charge or they are in charge. As a leader, you cannot be one that shies away from challenges, that shies away from confrontations. You must be audacious. It's over a month now, or more than 1 month, that our children and our teachers have been in the bush, and no one knows what has been happening to them. No one knows how they have been faring. And the funny thing is that people are beginning to forget. No one is saying anything about it again. And this is the country that we found ourselves today. As a leader, you must take charge. We cannot continue to live in fear. We cannot continue to live in uncertainty. It is high time that our leaders begin to take responsibilities, begin to take charge of the current situation. And not just to take charge, take serious actions, take serious decisive actions. By now, our leaders should be putting bounties on the heads of these kidnappers, putting serious bounties on the heads of, make their stay uncomfortable, scatter their camps. It is not rocket science. A lot of nations have done it. A lot of nations have fought insecurity. Why are we not learning from what they did? Why have we allowed the current situation to overwhelm us? It is time to take the right decisions. Now, finally, before I let you go, the future of our children still lies on our hands. It still lies on the decisions that we make today. let us resolve to do the right things. Watch the next clip.
Mr. Peter Obi, as we wrap up this conversation, you are like Marmites. Those that love you will love you so much, and those that don't like you will not like you.
Those who don't like me are those who don't like the future, a better future for the people of Nigeria.
Do you have a message for those that whatever you say, they will never see you and say, okay, let me give this man a chance?
I'm appealing to them for the sake of their own grandchildren. Some of them will think they have made enough money today, but for the sake of their own grandchildren, their children might not be as lucky as they are. Let's build a society. All I want is a society where a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. I want to give these young ones opportunity God gave me. We cannot. People of my age today are stealing what they don't need. How long would they live? When I was coming here, I was telling my colleague, I said, I had a partner in the UK. If you're 60, you live 3/4 of your life. Because the normal life of a human being is about 80. When you're over 80, life becomes meaningless. So if you have lived 60 years, you've lived 3/4. The remaining 20 is for you to help to build a good society, reconcile with people you're quarreling with, so you can go in peace. No time to start stealing money, building houses, stealing houses. No. It shouldn't be.
So there you have it, fans. If this is your first time coming across this channel, please do it to like, subscribe, and share. See you on the next one.